All right, everybody, welcome. This is our very first actual live stream with the new Ultimate Pool League Smoky Mountain YouTube channel. My name is Neil Cosmo, the league operator of Ultimate Pool here in the Smoky Mountains. We're at Fat Cats in Asheville. And we got two players battling it out right now. We've got Wayne Blackwell and Jonathan Blankenship. Looks like they have a pretty even matchup. They're both 450s. So no one necessarily had to give anybody any weight. And Jonathan has taken down the first game. There's 20 minutes left here in the match. And we are live and ready to go. We're going to try to stream matches every single week. So for all the people that are out there in the interwebs, welcome. And for all the people that are watching this from their couch later on, this is one of the reasons why we really wanted to do this. We wanted to have the players be able to go and watch their league night at home. And it's just really nice to kind of critique your own play. Got a couple different camera views. This is brand new for me. So whether or not that's the best view or this is the best view, I'm going to be learning everything as we go along. Hopefully in the future we can have a couple different commentary people in here and we can kind of have a little bit of back and forth. But for now, we're just going to kind of hop on every once in a while and talk about the match as it's going on. I don't really want to talk too loud because I'm literally sitting right next to the table and I don't want to give anybody coaching advice. But it looks like Wayne is kind of lag banking that ball on the side. Jonathan stepping to the table. He's got a long 6 ball. Just got to keep his head down and bury it, which he does. Sweet shot there, sir. Sweet shot. I'm not sure if that 3 goes in the corner, but I know he's going to give it a try. Tried to play it off the stripe, which is a good idea. All right, sir. All right, we've got Wayne coming back to the table. He's got a nice opportunity on the stripes. Got that sweet 9 ball on the side there. Looks like he's going to be taking that one in the side and coming down. Might have hit that a little hard, but he's still got that other one on the right rail there. Nice shot there by Wayne. Very nice shot. He's got a chance to get out. Not sure if that ball goes by. Can probably make that stripe right there in the side pocket and then play his other one that's over there on the right rail. Just got his 10-second warning. Oh, barely missed it. What a try. What a try. So now Jonathan comes to the table. He's got the 3 ball up there in the corner. Should be able to float over for the 8 down here at the bottom side of the table. He overcut it just a little bit. Now, guys, if this mic is too loud or too quiet, like I said, this is something that we're completely just working on. So excuse me for that. Oh, he barely missed that one. Those are always tough when you run them down the rail because if they rub the rail at all on the way in, they tend not to go in, especially over here at Fat Cats. These tables have been worn in, which is no problem at all. You just got to know how to play them. Now, in Ultimate Pool, you do not have to call the pocket that you're shooting the 8 ball. You can basically just shoot it anywhere you like, and if it goes in any pocket, it counts. Looks like he's going for the bottom right. Also, scratch on the 8 is not a loss. It's not a loss. So now Wayne's coming to the table with ball in hand. And this is a great opportunity here for him to get a game on his side. The only time that it is a loss is if you make the 8 and scratch at the same time. So Wayne's got a good opportunity to get on the board. 14 minutes left here in this match. He's just got to run this 8 ball all the way up top right corner. Which he does. Very nice. Scores 1-1 with 14:29 on the clock. That's the beauty about Ultimate Pools. Not only are you playing the match, you're also doing the clock as well. Well, it looks like the score was 1-1, but I think they made an error. So I'm going to go over there real quick and because now it says 1-0, so I'm going to go over there real quick and just make sure that they've got the scorekeeping right. I'll be right back. I'm back. He's coming to the table. Looks like he's going to try to make that one in the top left corner. Barely hung it. Jonathan's turn at the table now. Jonathan is stripes. Nice cut there by Jonathan. His problem is the 9 and 14 there. He's got to figure out kind of how to get out those. Looks like if he can make the 14 to the side right now, that would be great. And what I would do is I'd go ahead and shoot this 9 in the top right corner and then do this last stripe before the 8. I don't know if he's got there. Might be able to see on the other view. It's a close one. And the cue ball's kind of leaking towards the side pocket there. You got to really put a good stroke on this and kind of pull it back right before the side pocket, which he does. What a shot. Oh, what a shot. I think the magic rack kind of stuck him there. Pretty extreme cut here into the bottom right corner. Looks like he was trying to bank it. Again, a scratch on the 8 is not a loss. Just ball in hand for your opponent. One of our team captains stepping in to help out. That's John Moore. Just making sure his players don't have the rack in the way. All right, so they asked me to go over there and watch the hit because they thought he was possibly going to be shooting over the one ball, and maybe he was going to touch it because it is foul on all balls. Ultimate pool foul on all balls. Hopefully through these streams I'll be able to kind of talk about the different rule sets, what makes this league great. Looks like he's going to take that 8 ball in the bottom right corner here, and then we're going to have about 9 minutes left on the clock. So while we're on the subject of what makes Ultimate Pool League great, it's definitely the shot clock. 30-minute match clock with a 30-second shot clock means that you are not at league all night and you get home early. We start at 6:30 here at Fat Cats. We've got 6 teams in our division. And these players that started at 6:30, I think last week most of the teams were done by 10, and the late stragglers were done before 10:30. So you are not here till 11 or 12 o'clock at night playing league. Another great thing about the shot clock and the match clock is it brings in the aspect of, let's say, like the 2-minute warning for football, right? If you're up, let's say 3-1 with 2 or 3 minutes left, well, then you're going to kind of use your whole entire shot clock and maybe take your extensions to chew up the clock. But if you flip that around, let's say you're down 1 and the other opponent has 3 with 6 minutes left or something like that, well, you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off to try to make those games up. And so in between the racks, there's a special way to rack. So one of the players there was stepping in to help Wayne figure out the different racks. It's also alternate break. That way your opponent can't just break and run the whole set out on you. It makes it fair and gives you a chance to kind of get to the table. 8 ball is racked on the spot, and it is open after the break. After the break, when it's open, though, you definitely want to declare what you're going for, solids or stripes. You don't have to call the ball or the pocket. You just want to declare which set, which group you are going for. Jonathan's coming to the table. It's like he's going to try to be stripes. Going to take that green stripe from the side, maybe. Needs to deal with that 10 ball. I don't think he has a pocket for that just yet. Now's a good opportunity. Oh, it looks like he may try to shoot it through the window. Might have taken that opportunity to develop the 10 there. Now, this is a new league for everybody. We're only in the 4th week. So everyone's kind of, getting their footing, figuring out the rules, figuring out the format. This is definitely a new and exciting format with the 30-minute match clock and the 30-second shot clock. What you're seeing on the screen with the different splits and the match clock, all the tables also have a tablet as well, which displays it for the players so they can see their own shot clocks and match clocks. And then next to their name, where Wayne says 450 and Jonathan is 451, that's called their up score. And depending on the different up score, depends on the handicap race as well, because this is an amateur league and we do our best to make it fair when two players of differing skill levels play each other. Look like Wayne's got himself a long 3 ball here in the corner. I'll tell you what, them long straight ones are always tough for me. I don't know about you guys, but I can't. That's probably my least favorite shot is shooting a long straight in shot. Got a little bit of a cluster table. That's the one thing here. You got to really work on time management, and sometimes you got to maybe open up the clusters, just like he did there. That was a great shot. If that ball buried, he was able to open up his 9 ball, and he could have gotten out. Probably have other commentary on here as well. But for now, once again, everybody, my name is Neil Cosmo. I am the league operator. Well, this is a great opportunity to point out the rules. It's foul on all balls, and we are ladies and gentlemen, and so we will call fouls on ourselves. Wayne just called a foul on himself. As you could see there, he touched that stripe, and he gave Jonathan ball in hand. Back to what I was saying, though, my name is Neil Cosmo. I am the league operator of Ultimate Pool League Smoky Mountain. My territory goes basically from Asheville all the way west to Tennessee. And if you're interested in playing Ultimate Pool, please feel free to reach out to me. My cell phone is 828-634-1414, or you can find us in our Facebook group, Ultimate Pool League Smoky Mountain. Come join the Facebook group and get all the info that you need right there in the Facebook group. We have our end of the year tournament in Cherokee, Harris, Cherokee this year, and we're going to be paying out over $100,000 for the first place team for 8 ball. That's an amateur team that's going to win over $100,000, and the CEO has said within 3 years he wants to pay out $1 million for the first place team. Could you imagine winning $1 million for an amateur team? I could not. All right, everybody, we're gonna do a test right here. So John, who's helping me with the stream, is saying that right here. So when I go like that, that's gonna be too loud. No, that's fine right there. Okay, I'm thinking that was coming into the yellow. All right, so we're gonna try. We're gonna go even quieter, everybody. And of course, I'm gonna watch this at home and probably be doing all of my own analyzation just to make sure that we have the best stream possible, guys. And as I mentioned, this is our very first time doing this. So we are going to try to improve every single time that we have league. Um, okay, cool. All right, sounds good. So there is a timekeeper as well, letting these guys know that they have 10 seconds left on their shot clock, which you can see right over where it says. So let me explain here what's going on the bottom of the screen. In the blue, uh, next to Wayne's name, where it says 1, that's the number of games he has, and then the 2 right next to that is the number of games that Jonathan has. Above that 1 on Wayne's side is a 2, that's Wayne's team's total score, and then the 10 is Jonathan's team's total score. And then obviously the number above that that's counting down is the 30-second shot clock, and below that number is the 30-minute match clock. So right now we basically got a score of 2-1 with about a minute and 40 seconds left. So this is coming down to the wire right here, guys. This is a close game, a very close match. And that was basically the nail in the coffin right there. Jonathan just did. If he didn't make that 9 ball and he missed this 8 ball, then Wayne could tie it up 2-2. But by him making the 9 and making the 8, it allows him to go up 3-1 with 1 minute left. I'm gonna pause the audio here. All right, everybody, I'm back. Oh, wait, I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, I'm back here. So we got a good match between two very good players. We got Donald versus Thomas. Both of them are right around 500, so it's an even match. Looks like Thomas got the first game. Also missed the end of that Wayne Jonathan match. Apparently, Jonathan said he was trying to rush real quick to grab the last game, which is, one of the beauties of being able to play this. So Donald and Thomas can go back and from their own comfy couches rewatch their matches and analyze their own play. Apparently, we got another question, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back again. Here we go. Who's at the table right now? Oh, apparently I missed it, but that's another way. That's another rule. If you grab the cue ball at any point, or if you grab the cue ball as it's going to scratch or at any point during the game, it is a loss of rack. So that's why it looks like Thomas lost that rack. So that is one of the rules. If you do grab the cue ball, as I mentioned, while it was going in the pocket or at any time while it's rolling, it is loss of rack. This is week 4 for us, so we were a little bit lenient on everyone with the rules to start. But when you're playing for $100,000 or more, there's going to be refs, and everyone is going to be super strict on the rules. So now we are also, as a league, trying to be very good about the different rules and make sure we know them. Here's another example. Let's say you make the 8, your opponent is stripes, you run all your solids down, and now you're just on the 8. You shoot the 8 in, and there's several stripes left on the table, but the cue ball's still rolling, and then you decide to take the stripes and break them down towards the end of the table while the cue ball's still in motion. That is also loss of rack. So it's best not to just touch anything at all. Just let the balls finish out. So that actually gave Donald a 2-1 lead, but there's still a lot of time left here on this match. 23:45. A lot of match to be played. Looks like Thomas is going to figure out these solids. Does count because slops do count in this league. You do not have to call anything, including the 8. The beauty of the 8-ball game. It's a Rubik's Cube, a puzzle to be unlocked. And usually the player who unlocks the puzzle better is the one who wins. Tough cut there by Thomas. Donald comes to the table with a pretty makeable 10-ball. Was jacked up a little bit. Being jacked up always makes it more difficult. I always say the best safety on your opponent is to just jack them up, treetop them over another ball. All right, so Donald is running out these stripes. Looks like he's going to take that ball in the corner, stop it right there for the one in the other corner, and he'll have the 8 up in the top, which is going to give him a 3-1 lead. Nice shot there by Donald. As I mentioned, you do not have to call the 8. You do not have to mark it. Slops count even on the 8. So now Donald's got a 3-1 lead. Still not necessarily time for Thomas to worry about it. There's 21 minutes left. It's alternate break, by the way, as I mentioned before. And rack your own as well, which is another one of the things I absolutely love about this league. Your opponent, can't slug rack you. If you get slug racked, it's your own fault. All right, so that's a good opportunity to tell the rules there. 8 on the break is not a win, and you cannot make the 8 and scratch and lose. You cannot win or lose on the break. So basically, Donald made the 8 and it immediately spots, and it's basically his turn, in which he chose to go for stripes, and now it's still an open table. So the 8 does count as a ball to be made, but it is not a win. Thomas just declared that he is going to go for stripes now. Still open table. I'm pretty sure Donald's going to drop one of these stripes. They are both hangers. Look at that. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Troy Creasman, but if you have, watch out for that little guy. Eventually, we'll have him on stream, and you can see how many balls he misses. No, I'm just kidding with him. He is one of the best players that we have here in Ultimate Pool, and we're happy to have him in the league. Maybe one day I'll get a chance to play him on stream, and you guys can see how bad I play compared to him. All right, so Thomas has got ball in hand here. He's got a chance to run it out. Not exactly sure if the 7 goes by. Going to go ahead and play this 1 on the side. We'll take a look at the other view. Ooh, that is definitely close. Wasn't sure if that 7 even went by to begin with. Donald's coming to the table. 3-1 lead with 12 minutes left. Thomas is still very much in this match. And now his 7 ball is definitely free to be made. Looks like he might be able to cut this in a side. Very thin cut, though. Nice shot, Thomas. Oh, and that cue ball led him right to the corner pocket there. I think he wanted to cut it just a hair more so it could connect to this long rail. Yep, that's what he was pointing his cue at right there at the table. He was wanting to touch the side rail. Donald comes to the table. Pretty easy ball and hand run out, especially for a player of his caliber. Ooh, looks like he hit that one a little bit harder, making the save a little bit tougher. And he takes a heck of a chop shot. Really cut the paint off of that one. And here we got Thomas back to try to maybe make this two ball in the corner. He's either going to have to go up and down or he's going to have to hit it soft to hold for the seven ball. We'll see what he chooses. He's decided to go up and down. Either way, that's personal preference there, whether or not you want to slow roll it. It's always much harder to slow roll a ball than it is to stroke it, so I can't fault him on his decision there. Looks like if he was able to connect, he would have had a nice shot on the seven. Looks like he gets another opportunity at the table. Much harder shot this time, though, but this is when you get to be a hero. Oh, looks like he's playing a defense. He was wanting to come a little bit straighter in on that ball. And now we got a 4-1 score line with 9 minutes left. Going to take a break, folks, and we'll probably see you on the next match.
More. It looks like Neil's taking a break, so guess I'll come over, do a little bit of commentary. It's like Doug left himself tough here. Still possible. I think he's gonna have to bank this one. Long and tough on the 8, but it's definitely possible. I believe it's Doug's break. He's just showing Doug how to do the rackets, specific order. Solids are a better option. Just not. Definitely solids. Still probably gonna choose solids here and hit the 1 here. One on the side next, I would imagine. Tried to get on the other side of the 3 there. Looks like he's gonna do a combo. Handle it well. It's forced with the bank here. Got a draw back for the 8. 2 rail. Nice. That counts. You don't have to call it. All right, Jeremy's break. 1-1. Luckily, neither of the players have to race up. They don't have a negative. It's even race. It's not really a race, I guess. Even ball count or game count, whatever. So getting used to this stream overlay here. This is actually provided by Ultimate Pool. So everything you see on the screen, for the most part, except for the top left um, Ultimate Smoky Mountain logo, that logo something we attach to this, but the rest of the on the screen here is an overlay provided by Ultimate Pool. So you can see the arrow to the right of the score. It's left of Jeremy's name. That means it's his break. Basically, he has the ball. This is why I like using a template rack. It just you can't get a good rack with these tables. The 8 ball does go on the spot, so it's like Doug is almost forced to do the solids. I mean, solids are probably better anyway. 7 might be able to be broken out, or the 1 ball. I think that's the 1 ball near the 8. Some balls are tied up here. Trying to break into him. Looks like he's going to scratch. You got to remember not to touch that cue ball because it is a loss of rack if you catch the ball. So Doug's got a couple problems here to have the tied up stripes there, and then his 7 and 1 ball here, middle of the rack spot. Somewhat a good angle here to break up the looks like the 5 ball. Still a messy rack here. I think this rack kind of favors Doug a little bit. Simply because Jeremy stripes are blocked currently on the bottom right. Of course, now there's another stripe blocked with a 2 and 8 over there. He tried to just hit him and hope. Doug's got a good opportunity to get out here. The 2 goes down on the bottom right. All you got to do is stop right there, and he should have the 2. After that, and do the 4. And he didn't do that. I'm really surprised. So now he's going to need the 4 to get to the 2. Still possible from here. Have to draw over. Likely going to hit the stripe there next to it. Did, and now he has no shot. Hit that way, way hard too. I could possibly bank this. 8 ball is blocked a little bit. Jeremy's got a good opportunity here. He's got the 15 on the side and the 9 ball. All right, we got our league operator about to do more commentary.
Thank you, Mr. John. This is actually a match I really wanted to come do some commentary on. We've got 2 of the best players in the league right here. We've got Jeremy Metcalf and old Mr. Limeberry. What an amazing name that is, Limeberry. Some people are just blessed. So it looks like Doug's got a pretty tough cut shot on that 2 ball. Not exactly sure. Yeah, I didn't think it went. That was a tough shot. And that 8 ball's really in a bad spot, too. So Jeremy's coming to the table. Very nice shot there. You can see why Jeremy is one of the top players in our league. Gave him the commentator's curse. Everybody's familiar with the commentator's curse, and no one is immune to it. Here we go. We've got Doug shooting this long 2 ball, but honestly, even if he makes it, he was going to have a very tough 8 ball. Just not to scratch. He's going to have to pull something out of his little magic hat here for this 8 ball. The 8 ball, so it is best to just go ahead and roll it. For scratch on the 8, it's only hand. So Jeremy's coming to the table. Looks like he's probably going to go 15, 13, 15. Himself this ball in the corner, and then that ball in the side pocket's going to set him up for the 8 nicely. Sets him up. Jeremy doesn't waste time. He gets on with it. Score is 2-1 with 19 minutes left. Definitely a good match we got going here, guys. We got a lot of really good players in the league, so there's going to be a lot of great matches on the stream over the time. Think we've got any comments, but we'll go ahead and check. We've got somebody up there. Patricia. I'm not exactly sure when those comments were, but thank you so much for your comments. The stream looks great, she says. Let's go, Thomas. Thank you so much, Patricia. We're super happy to have you in the league and can't wait to do some commentary on one of your matches on this table. Looks like Jeremy has chosen to be stripes. Trouble ball is the one that's surrounded by all those solids. He's definitely going to have to figure that out to get his break and run. Looks like he's got the angle on the 11 right here to go ahead and bust it out. Oh, just caught a little bit too much right on the cue ball there. Sometimes they say you hit it too good, and I feel like that's what he did. He hit it too good. He's got another chance at it right here, as you can see. I'm going to look at the other angle. You should be able to shoot this ball on the side and kind of draw right over, bump it out. Oh, actually, it must go. If he doesn't need to bump it out, it must go. Wow, what a shot there. What a shot there. Oh, my goodness. Barely overcut it. I tell you, here at Fat Cat, sometimes these pockets play a little bit tighter than you think. We're blessed to have such an amazing location. Doug is making quick work of these solids. That's the thing with 8-ball. When you're playing high level 8-ball, once you clear all your balls out of the table, you're basically just, giving an open door for the other player to run out, which Doug definitely has the capability to do that. It's got a little funny on the 6-ball, but he might be able to make it after the stripe. Kind of a two-way shot there, though, because he played position on the ball in the same pocket, allowing the 6-ball to block the pocket. Looks like Jeremy is going to try to make it in off the rail and then off the 6. What a shot there by Jeremy. As I mentioned, these are two of our higher ranked players in the league. As you can see, Jeremy's a 633 and Mr. Limeberry is a 607. Scores 2-1 with 16 minutes left. Tell you what, as somebody who's had the pleasure of playing against Jeremy several times, he is a very tough opponent. Haven't had a chance to play against Doug just yet, but let me tell you what, Jeremy has been working on his break, and it sure is a crusher of a break. Once again, sometimes you hit him so good, you hit it too good. I feel like Jeremy cracked him and unfortunately didn't get anything to drop. So I had the chance to play Doug before as well. As I mentioned, these guys being two of the higher ranked players, definitely formidable opponents. Tip my hat off to both of them. Looks like Jeremy chose to be solids on the open table. Once he gets this 7 ball, he's going to basically clean up the rest of the ones at the top of the table. Say that Jeremy is probably going to be getting out here. Nice easy combo. This position for the 1 and 4. Just going to think about how he's going to get on the 8. He's going to think about his key ball, and he's trying to, you can tell he's playing quick. He's trying to get as many games as he possibly can. Must have been one of our quickest racks right there. I wish I can actually go back and watch the time. I think that was like a 45-second rack or so. I'll have to go back and watch that one. As the league operator, as you can imagine, I get pulled in several different directions during league night. What a shot there by Mr. Lamberry. It's got a nice setup here to get out. Exactly what you wanted to do. Roll up for that 7. Then you can go ahead and make the 5 and then the 8. Definitely getting down in this and drawing out of there so I don't get stuck behind the stripes. I think that's what Mr. Lamberry is about to do. Yep. Just hit it a little bit too hard. He wanted to be below it. Oh, what a shot there. Very good try. Very good try. All right, that's another good opportunity to explain the rules a little bit. Scratch on the break is actually behind the line, but you can shoot behind the line. So it's ball in hand behind the line in the kitchen, and you can shoot in any direction. So you got 4 minutes left. Jeremy is running out again. He's got to be on the right side of that 8 ball, though, so that's going to be the difficulty here. I think his best bet probably going to be to try to bank that 5 ball and draw the cue ball back to kind of where he is now, which is exactly what he did. And he got perfect on that 8. We got Doug coming to the table. Doug should be able to bump his cluster up right here with this shot. Oh, I feel like he definitely tried. He just barely missed it. Now you might want to play a safety here with this 11 ball and kind of use that 8 ball to kind of block him. That's exactly the shot I was talking about. Good shot, Doug. Jeremy did make a good hit there. He definitely clipped it. Doug with a nice bank shot there. He's got the 11 ball to bail him out. Follow it up for the ball on the side or the other ball in the corner, just like that. Either one of these is fine. It'll lead you to the other one. Just roll this in. Now he's got this ball here in the corner. Should leave him the 8 in the side pocket. Or the corner, whatever he feels more comfortable. Looks like he's taking it all the way down. Center pocket. Very nice shot, sir. Good out. I think that makes it 5-3, the score line. So even though there's only a minute and a half left and it doesn't look like Mr. Lamberry would be able to catch up, you definitely want to try to get as many games as you possibly can, because every game that you get is a point for your team on the overall standings for the whole entire session. And that's one of the reasons it kind of takes away from the possibility of sandbagging, because you are basically getting credit for every single game you win. Now, you also get 5 points for winning the match. So if Mr. Metcalf won the match, he would get the 5 points for every game that he's won so far, which is 5 games plus 5 additional points, 10 points total. And Mr. Lineberry's team would get 3 points for his team's overall score. And as you can see, the overall team score right now is 16-22, and that includes all of the games that have already been won. So when the match ends, we can see it update. There's only a minute and 42 left, so I guarantee you Jeremy's going to try to make one of the quickest break and run outs you've ever seen. Let's see if he can do it. As I mentioned before, Jeremy does have a sledgehammer break, and you can see he put everything into it, but he lost the cue ball there. And now Doug has basically a minute and a half to try to run this rack back out and get a point for his team, making the score 5-4. He needs to be moving around the table a little quicker than that. Time is ticking, Mr. Lamberry. He needs to be running around very fast to try to get this game. Only a minute left and several solids. You got to figure, you got 7 solids on the table. If you take, 10 seconds a shot, that's a minute and 10 seconds right there. So you want to be under, you want to be shooting them in 5 seconds or so at the end there if you're trying to run and get a game there at the end. But with this tied up game, I don't think he's going to be able to get it. couple minutes. Had to enjoy some of that great food they got here at Fat Cats. Fat Cats actually has some very good food if you have the chance to come on out here. Pretty much anything you order off the menu is going to be really good. I'm enjoying a blackened chicken Caesar salad right now, but I wanted to get on here and do a little bit of commentary for my two buddies. I'm good friends with both of these guys right here. Excuse me, Mr. John Moore and Mr. Daniel Yano, Dan or Yano as we call him. Again, you can see these players are both over the 600 up score mark, so these are some very good players in our league. John Moore is 640 and Dan Yano is 615. And the score right now 2-0. We still got a lot of time left. Actually, it looks to me like it says match is over on the screen, so that means I'm going to have to take another break real quick and go figure out the scorekeeping issue here, and we'll be back in a minute. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and fix that after this game. They must have a little issue going on right now. But the score is 2-0 right now. And Dan looked like he was trying to play a little bit of a safety there, trying to make that solid. John's going to leave that solid there and go ahead and shoot the one ball on the side. Good shot there by Mr. John Moore. Now he can actually use the 4 ball to deal with his 5 ball, the trouble ball. He can shoot the 3 ball combo and leave himself possibly the 2 ball on the side. It did look like he had to break out that 6 ball as well. It was a great try and just a bad roll that he didn't get it all the way open. Looks like it may go in the corner. I'm not exactly sure. It's always tough to tell from the sidelines. He's going to shoot the 3 ball combo now. Let the cue ball leak down a little bit. Check out the other view here. I think he might try to cut the 2 in the side. Yeah. And then go maybe 1 rail into the 6 again if it's not open. Maybe try to break that up. See what he elects to do here. That's exactly what he did, and he was able to move that ball out, but he got an unlucky roll to be frozen to that ball right there. That was a nice shot there, John. Just a bad roll. Now it looks like he'll be able to maybe play a safety, thin off that 6 and go 1 rail and leave him behind the 8. No, he's trying to kick at the 5. Maybe the shot I was referring to wasn't there. That is true. If it was frozen, he has to play away from it. Very close ball there by Dan. Left John pretty much only a bank since his 6 is blocked. He's gotta take this bank on, but basically this is the game winner here. If he makes it, he'll have the 5 and the 8. Oh, he made the 8 at a turn anyway. So an early 8 is a loss of game. All right, so as I mentioned, this is our first stream, so I'm not exactly sure why it says match over at the bottom of the screen, but there is some time left here in this match. I think it was 18 minutes left or so. The score is correct. It's 2-1. And shaky camera there. So this other view, apparently that camera got moved a bit. So it's a little cockeyed right now, but that's all right. We could still get a good view of John attempting this break and run out. He's definitely going to have to deal with the 7 ball. He was trying to come 2 rails around to maybe shoot that 5 in the side, or even get in the window there to have the 7. Now he's definitely in trouble, and he's going to leave it open for Dan to run him out. Let's see what he plays. Nice little safety shot there. Just get him kind of up in the cluster. So a very good shot. Looks like the only shot Dan has is banking the 13. Looks like he just plays the safety right back. Good shot there, Dan. He's hooked him on the 7, hooked him on the 5, and hooked him on the 1. John's going to go possibly 2 rails here. Needs the bridge. It's a tough shot right there. 2 rail kick shot with the bridge. Now, he did make contact with his object ball, but he did not get a rail afterwards. So if you don't get a rail or pocket a ball after making contact with your object ball, it is ball in hand for your opponent. Dan's coming to the table. A little bit for him. Still got to deal with that 8 ball. I still would try to move that 8 ball out. Going to cut this 13 here in the corner. Nice shot. So Yano is great at the cut shots, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what. Guy can slice some thin shots. He's still, unless he's going to go try to get underneath the 8's still going to be an issue for him. I think he's kind of looking at that now. Looks like he's trying to go into it. Oh, he barely missed it. Well, he can still get out here by taking the stripe up table and then taking the 11 ball down table and then possibly playing the 8 in the same corner that he's going to play this ball in right now. Yep, there you go. Here we'll give you the other view. So now he could play the 11 and maybe come below the 7 and shoot the 8 up there in the top left corner. Unless it goes straight in the side. Not exactly sure that it does, though. It looks like we're about to find out. Oh, wow, what a shot. It definitely didn't go in the side, so Dan was forced to try to cut in the corner, and he made a valiant effort, but that was a tough, tough cut. And John comes to the table with a tester. Let's see if he can bury this long straight-in shot. Oh, barely rattled it, but he played it at a good speed and a good leave to where if he missed it, Dan was not going to have a shot. Dan made a good hit. And now John has another opportunity to run out. Yep, it's got the 5 in the side there. I might take the 1 and bounce up for the 7 in the bottom right corner. People are walking by in his line of shot. Something always you want to be conscious of is try not to walk in the player's line of shot. Looks like he's going to follow this one all the way up to the top half of the table and shoot the 8 in the side. I don't know if he got all the way up. He's not happy with it. He know he wanted to hit it harder. He's really going to have to cut this one thin in the side. I think it's makeable, though. If you put a little left English on, you can kind of throw it in. We'll see if he's able to do that. Just got to worry about losing the cue ball 3 rails around in the corner. 1, 2, 3 rails around. See how it's going towards that corner. That was a tough shot, though. I know John's a little upset with himself. He wanted it. He wanted it up in the upper half of the table. Well, now we're getting a close game here, everyone. It's going to be 2-2. Let me go check on the time since for some reason it's not showing up on the table. Right, so there actually is 11 minutes left on the clock. Score 2-2 with 11 minutes left. This has come down to a really good match between these two high-ranked players. Looks like Dan did make a ball on the break, and the 3 ball is definitely going to be his problem ball for sure. But he does have the 2 ball there to break it out. Let's see how he handles this situation. You always want to attack your problems as early as possible. He's got a good angle here on the 4 to use some left and come down for the 2 just like that. He got a hold of it and hit it a little bit too firm, and now I don't think he has got the angle to go into the 3. What a smart shot there. As you can see, yep, he was trying to use those balls to basically play a defense and to hook John, to snooker him. Doesn't look like these 2 balls go. Dan was trying a pretty tough combo, and I think he may have left John the 13 ball there in the side, in which case John can use that to start his run. He's a little upset with that one. I don't blame him. I know that he's not playing to his full potential. He kicked my butt all over the table last night, so I know that John needs to be able to make those balls because he knows that he can. Looks like he might be getting another chance at it. It's not an opportunity Dan thought he was going to give him. So I think, let me go to the other view. I think here you definitely need to start with either the 11 or the 14 to kind of open those up. John's picking a different ball, which is okay. There's more than one way to run the rack. Take this 10 to the side and then go ahead and shoot those 2 problem balls I was mentioning. Yep, right here. Yeah, there you go. That's also a good way to run it. try to get on this 9 here with this ball. Want to get that 9 out of there as soon as you can. Oh, you can use the duck up there in the corner. A little bit of left to come over for the 9. Just like that. Good shot. Good shot, John. Now he definitely should be out. He's going to go 9 at bottom right. I'm sorry, bottom left corner. So, I think he slow rolled that one a little bit, and that got away from him. Sometimes when you slow roll a ball, it does have the tendency to get away from you a little bit. I think I might go ahead and just shoot this combo. Works just the same. Very good shot, sir. Now he's got that 11 in the side, and he'll have the 8 in the corner. 3-2 scoreline. Oh, he left himself on the rail, so it still makes it a little difficult. He is able to bury it. Nice out, sir. Nice out. Now it's 3-2, and again, for some reason, not sure why the score says match over because it's definitely not. Let's give you an update on the time. John's definitely got an excellent break there. A little bit of a sledgehammer break. I know you can definitely tell when someone works on their break, put a lot of time in. You can tell John's put a lot of time into his break. He's got a really good spread here. See what he's going to choose. Looks like he's going to start with this 9-11 combo. Pretty obvious there, so he doesn't have to call it. In Ultimate Pool, you do want to call the group that you're going for, unless it's completely obvious like that shot there, but you would want to declare I'm going for solids or I'm going for stripes. The 10 ball is still his problem ball right here, and he may be able to try to go after that 10 ball right now if he can go one rail over. Yep, just like that. Just got a hold of it, but it looks like he may be able to shoot it in the side pocket. It's definitely the ball he needs to work on. Like I said, side pocket, very nice shot there by Mr. Moore. Now when he shoots this ball in the corner, he's definitely going to go crashing into those 2 solids, and it may or may not leave him a shot on his final stripe. Oh, very nice shot. It does leave him a shot. This is an opportunity for a break and run out. You just got to bear down, and I would, rather than floating this in, I would hit this firm, and I would stun the cue ball all the way over to the left rail and back out. Let's see how he hits it. Takes it a little bit softer. Now, you see how he's kind of a little bit on the wrong side of the 8? That's why on that one, I feel like it's a little bit better to kind of let your stroke out a little bit and stun it over to that left side rail. But he's got a very makeable shot on this 8 for the break and run. And he buries it. Very nice run, sir. Very nice run. Um, that puts him up 4-2. It's going to be very hard for Dan to make a comeback after that. So this is exactly that situation I was talking about earlier. Dan is down 4-2 with 4 minutes left. So he really needs to be booking it around the table to try to make up these two games. He can't kind of be lollygagging it. Dan is one of the faster players in the league, though. So moving around the table quickly is no problem for him. For me personally, that would be a little bit of an issue because I do take up basically the whole entire 30 seconds. Yep. So when you're down 4-2, if to make the comeback, you want to kind of be moving around the table quickly to try to get those games. Whereas on the other hand, John here, he needs to basically take his whole full 30 seconds and take his extension and just chew that clock up. I mean, he could probably use up most of the whole 4 minutes right here. And I think he knows that. Yeah, he actually just came over and said that he was milking the clock. And that's exactly the strategy. You know, all sports have a clock. So all sports have a shot clock, pretty much. You got, basketball, football, and clock management is a big part of the game. So John knows that if he takes his 30 seconds and his extension, he can kind of work this clock down and make it almost impossible. So we've got a little bit under 2 minutes left on the clock. And as I mentioned, John's going to do everything in his power to just let this time completely run out and take the 4-2 win because his team would get 4 points for every, 1 point for every game that he won, and then 5 points for the win. So his team would get 9, and Dan's team would get 2. As I mentioned before, the scores above the total game scores, where it says 18-31, that already includes the game scores. So right now the team match score is 31-18. The Schweddy Ballers are beating Donald's team. But it is a long season. It's a 14-week long season. Actually, session, I should say, because there's 3 sessions in a year. There are 3 sessions in the year, 14-week long sessions, and that makes up the 2026 season. And the top 2 teams at the end of this session will advance to the grand final qualifiers at the end of the year. And then the winning team of the grand finals qualifiers will advance to the grand finals. They will receive $3,500 travel assistance, ultimate pool jam up apparel team jerseys. Everyone at the grand finals has to wear matching team jerseys. And then, of course, when you go play the grand finals, you have a chance to win over $100,000. And from what we've been told by our CEO, within 3 years, it's going to be $1 million. I mentioned it once already on this stream, but imagine that, guys. $1 million for an amateur team. That would be unbelievable. Boy, I would love to be on that team. But me as the league operator, I would love to see one of my teams in contention for that kind of money. Alrighty, I think that might be the match. Yep, time has run out, and thank you everyone for joining the stream. As I mentioned, every week we're going to be doing these live streams, giving some commentary, and for the players to be able to go back and critique their own matches. Again, my name is Neil Cosmo, and if you want to play Ultimate Pool, feel free to reach out to me. You can join our Facebook group, Ultimate Pool League Smoky Mountain, on Facebook, and you can shoot me a message over there, or you can call or text my cell phone, which is 828 634 1414. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.